Hey everybody, it's Monday. There's miniatures on the table.
There are.
There's Marc here, which means it's Marc's Miniature Monday.
Indeed. We've got a theme.
We do.
Yeah.
It's the nights are getting shorter. No, the nights are getting longer.
They're getting, sadly.
The days are getting shorter. Yeah. There's rain and sleet and spooky
So
stuff.
it's a typical British summertime.
You stepped on my spooky. You don't go stepping on my spooky. Spooky stuff.
Spooky.
Spooky.
Okay. So there's a spooky theme.
Yeah, there is a spooky theme.
Yeah.
These are some figures that you painted up for an article written by Pete Brown, which is in Wargames Illustrated 407, which is coming out very soon, called Clockwork and Lace.
Yeah.
And the article is all about adding crazy, spooky, supernatural, weird vibe to your 18th century gaming. And the finale of that is a battle against a mysterious beast on the moors. So you painted these hunting parties.
I painted this hunting party, and I am truly sorry to this beast that's on the moors, because this is an army. This is not a hunting party. This is a force. This is big. It's the size of a platoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. The beast is clearly lost.
I mean, it's a big beast.
It's a big beast, but it's not that big.
It's a werewolf. Werewolves are pretty hardy. But yeah, I mean, it should be worth pointing out, these are actually two hunting parties that are fighting each other whilst trying to take out the beast. So it's not quite so unfair. However, we're not here to talk about the article. We're here to talk about the miniatures. And you've done a really good job on these. So let's grab up some of these and talk about them a little bit.
So we'll start off with the miniature, which I painted, God, it must be a few years ago now. And I just felt it's really suited the theme. And as soon as I thought I was told to work on this, I thought, right, okay, I'm gonna use this one.
Sure.
Save myself a bit of time.
Yeah.
And use this miniature, which I'd not previously had a chance to work with. So it's from TTCOMBAT, and
is it one of the CARNEVALE ones?
I think it is, yeah. What I love about this one is it's quite simple. There's not very much going on, but it means you can play with textures and light effects. And actually, with my pre-Wargames Illustrated days, I did a tutorial on how to do the OSL effect on this one. So yeah, I really enjoyed working on it, and at the time. And I just thought it really suited this. So there we go.
I mean, how long did that one take you to paint, roughly?
Probably about a working day's
A working day?
Yeah.
So then us being us, we gave you about 2 working days to paint
all
the other figures here.
Yeah.
So you took quite a cool approach. It's quite a systematic approach. There are lots of figures here that we would say are like slightly lower level. They still look good, but they're more the background figures to some extent.
They're the miniatures you don't put at the front of a photo, definitely. Yeah.
So they exist, and we'll show them in this video a little bit. They still look good, and there's a good quick painting style, but let's look at the beauty shot, shall we? So do you want to grab up whichever one you want to start
so
with?
Possibly one of my favourite ones from the bunch, this chap. And he was slightly converted, using some Dark Elf Corsairs from Games Workshop. So the sword and this vicious-looking pick type thing. Yeah. And so, yeah, he was dead easy conversion. All I had to do, weapon swap. He had a banner. Yeah. I felt it wasn't really appropriate to be running around with a banner
on a moor.
On a moor when you're hunting a werewolf. Not getting much use. You don't need. You don't need that. And then a little bit of green stuff work just to craft the glove on there, and that's what it was. But one of the things I did with these miniatures, I wanted to try and keep them muted looking. I didn't want vibrant colours. I wanted lots of browns, lots of blacks. But that then brought about the challenge of, how do you keep the miniatures looking exciting and engaging if you're painting each miniature black? So the challenge was how to paint each miniature with a slightly different tone of black. So this one, as you can see, it's quite a blue tone.
You've kind of brought that through to the armour as well, haven't you?
So the armour plates, we've got a blue, and then even the skin tone, I went for quite a greyish blue skin tone.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't look well.
It doesn't look well. Potentially is being beaten by the werewolf a little bit.
Maybe.
And that's why he's looking slightly unhinged and unwell.
Yes.
But they're fantastic miniatures to paint, so much character. Really enjoyed working on him.
So have you got one that kind of shows a slightly different black with some different tones going through it?
So this one here was a much darker black, as you can see on that one, and that was a really interesting one to work on. Again, it's quite blue, but I went for a much darker.
Yeah, you kind of popped the highlights more on that one a little bit. It looks like a shinier kind of material
Very
almost.
much so. And then on this one, possibly my favourite miniature of the range, he looks quite evil.
Yeah, it's got that kind of big eyebrows, pointed, sharp, hawk-like face thing.
Yeah, he reminds me of the Emperor from Star Wars.
Yeah, Palpatine, yeah.
Pre-melting face kind of thing going on there. But yeah, he was really fun to paint, and I really enjoyed getting the highlights on the cloak. And as you can see, it was more purple glaze just to get this effect on there. My favourite thing about him, though, wasn't even the blacks. It was the fact that I gave him leather spots on his head.
Give him some Mr. Burns vibe.
You get Mr. Burns vibe, exactly. Yeah, it was a really fun miniature to work on and paint. And again, in the back, I used the kind of a different black tone, the same as I used before, but it just contrasted nicely with the purple I thought.
Sure.
And then on this one, I went for a much lighter blue on that one. So just worked it up to, so the way I did it, I'll explain in more detail, is I just worked it up to a light grey and then a white, and then just glazed with blues. And so on this one, I worked more of the white and the light grey. And so then when you put your blue glazes on, it's just a bit lighter.
Yes.
It's quite simple in that sense.
Great silhouette on that figure as well,
Yeah,
just amazing.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? And then, yeah, so he's got a bit of brown on that one. But should we look at the...
yeah, we'll have a quick look at the less beautiful
The less beautiful, but I'm actually probably as proud as I am.
This guy's really good. I actually think that one looks just as good. The face is particularly good on that one.
Yeah, some really good angles to work on with this one. And the challenge with these was painting them, I think I had a day to paint. How many was there?
It's like 8 or 9,
Yeah.
I think these ones were Black Scorpion ones. Most of the ones we've just shown are from RACKHAM, which aren't available anymore, but I'm pretty sure quite a lot of these are Black Scorpion figures.
Yeah. So really, again, really good fun miniatures to work on.
Yes.
You can see there's not much work done on the back there. So focused on the front and on the face in particular, because if it's going to be in the background, you just want that little pop of detail that attracts the eye, draws it a little bit, but I didn't have time to spend hours on each one of these miniatures. But yeah, the face there was, and the hair, giving that little bit of reflective shine from the moon. That was kind of the aim with that one.
Okay.
And then the same with the rest of them as well. And then I really enjoyed working on this guy. I thought quite a dynamic look, quite shifty.
He's
hiding behind
some schwash. That's how it's pronounced, by the way.
Buckling schwash. So yeah, there you go. And overall, really fun project to work on. Challenging, given the time and also the limited scope of the colour palette. But generally speaking, it's when you get that challenge that you set me, and you kind of give me.
Are you saying I bring out the best in you, Mark? Is that what you're saying?
You certainly bring out a side of me.
Do I complete you?
You complete me indeed. It's just things such as when you come and you give me my brief and you suggest things. The Sleepy Hollow film, for example.
Very much an influence on these.
And as soon as you mention films such as that, it gives you that kind of something to latch onto and paint and work towards. And it's having that that visual guide can really help with your painting.
Yeah, for sure. And it definitely carries through, and the article itself has that feel to it as well. So that's worth checking out, which is in Wargames Illustrated 407. And also, if you want to see more of Marc's figures, make sure you like this video, subscribe, click the bell, and just if you want to feed back to us, that's always good. So maybe leave a comment, tell us good things, bad things, tell us what you're doing for Halloween. Yeah,
tell us if you ever play the game.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah, brilliant. Cool. And thank you very much.
This video has been brought to you by WI Prime, Wargames Illustrated magazine's online members club. View more videos or find out more about WI Prime by following these links.